One of my first questions to you is the following. What if I told you that a GOP individual, or at least an individual affiliated to the GOP, rammed their van into, let's say, a tent promoting the Democratic Party? What would be your reaction? Honestly, what would be your reaction? If anything, my honest reaction would be I would be disgusted. I would actually be furious because I believe in freedom of speech. But this is not the case here. I mean, I'm pretty sure if this had happened, the situation that I mentioned you, had this happened, you would have seen it on social media, CNN, MSNBC. You would have seen it all over the mainstream media and on social media. But unfortunately, the roles are reversed. The victims here are GOPs, are conservatives, and the aggressor are, I'm assuming, leftists because only leftists have such hate for the president that they're willing to run their cars, literally ram their vans into a tent that's trying to register voters for the upcoming election, and then say they're proud of it. Here's the thing, though. The title obviously is the title obviously reads Florida GOP official after van attack on Trump volunteers. People are scared. This is my message to you. If you're a conservative, don't be scared. Because the thing is, I'll take that back. It's okay to be scared. But don't let these people intimidate you into not showing your support for the president. Why? Because it's free speech. It's America. I don't care if you even disagree with me in the slightest. You have a right to express your opinion, and that's what this country is about. Because in reality, people have different opinions, and that's one of the amazing things that the Founding Fathers did. It says, you know what? There's so many people in this country. Even back then, they even thought that there was too many people in this country. The one thing that we need to have is freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Because when you have multiple factions, you don't want them taking over another faction or targeting another faction. That's one of the main reasons why the Founding Fathers did what they did. Is the First Amendment protects freedom of expression, the press, religion, the right to petition the government, and to peacefully assemble in a group, right? If you want to join a group, you have a right to peacefully assemble. You want to petition the government, you have a right to do so peacefully, as long as it's peaceful. You wanna say that the current president is a Nazi? Feel free to do so, but just don't threaten the safety of others. If you want to go out and say and tell the world I hate Donald Trump, I'm not going to agree with you there, but I'm not going to stop you. I mean, it's America. It's free speech. You have a right to say it. But the moment you start going up to me, grabbing me by the shirt and start punching me and saying Donald Trump sucks, he's a Nazi, as he's wailing on my face, I'm sorry, but at that point your free speech ends. Because at that point you're not just only expressing your opinion, but you're also hurting other people in the sense that you're actually physically harming them. Now people say, well, words can hurt people too, Carlos. You know that, right? Well, it's called having the mental strength. If you cannot properly react to someone telling you an opinion that you cannot, if you cannot react properly to an opinion that you do not agree with, then I think that you maybe need to. I think you need to grow up, because because it's called being an adult. How many times do you think I hear people say that? Oh, I can't believe Trump would do this at work. Not even at work. I don't even bring up politics at work. But apparently, it's okay for you to bring up your politics because you're resisting Trump. But how many times do you think I hear people saying, I can't believe Trump would do this, yeah, like Trump is a racist, etc. at work, first of all. And what do you think I do? I just shrug it off. I was like, oh, whatever. They're not worth the time. They don't have a they do not have a strong argument. All they're doing is character attacks, but obviously they won't attack his policies. I mean, I doubt they can even name one. So I'm not going to give them the time of day, right? But again, if you guys are scared because this stuff might happen, I understand it, understandable. But don't let the people silence you. Because the moment we start letting them silence us, that's the moment when they start winning. Hence, even recently too, I would never wear my Donald Trump 2020 hat in public. I mean, usually, right? Especially not at school. Because we all know the school is like the lion's den for conservatives. Conservatives in college are basically shamed and frowned upon. But ever since the left has ramped up its tactics to intimidate conservatives into not expressing their opinion, obviously, like I said, I know what can happen. I'm aware of what can happen. I carry my pepper spray on me all the time. I even have a body camera. I actually purchased a body camera for that specific reason. Just so I can, for example, if something were to happen, I have video footage of the person, and therefore I can give it to the police. It makes it easier for them to find them. But I'm aware of what can happen. But it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop wearing the hat that I want to wear. So, and what do I do every single day when I go to school? I wear my Trump 2020 hat or my Keep America Great hat to school. Sure, I get some looks, but I don't care. I don't care. Why? Because if they want to intimidate me, it's not gonna work. Sure, I'm somewhat scared because I mean I do not want a physical confrontation, but at the end of the day, I have a right to free speech, and no one has the right to take away my opinion or my ability to express my opinion. So let's read a little bit of this article and see what has what has transpired. Apparently, this happened 2 days ago, but I was waiting for official updates. I want to see what's going on. But again, if you guys are watching this, you're conservative or you're somewhat of a moderate, and you're kind of scared of speaking against the left. That's understandable. I get it. Trust me. I'm pretty sure you guys will not want yourself or your family to get hurt because we all know how these leftists can be. But don't let these people silence your opinions. If anything, if you want to express your opinions, you're free to join this channel. Subscribe, interact with the channel. I try to respond to the comments a lot and express your opinions. I'm like a lot of YouTubers will disable comments. They will, delete comments they do not like. Not here. This is America. You have a right to express your opinions. Even if you were to say, "Oh, well, Carlos is an idiot," I'm not gonna. Obviously, I'm not gonna respond to you to that one. But I'm not gonna delete your comment. You have a right to say your opinion, and it's not within my it's not within my power, or even then my right to tell you can't say that I'm an idiot. It's free speech. It's America. But anyways, I'll read the title again. From Fox News, it reads: Florida GOP official after van attack on Trump volunteers. People are scared. The Republican Party chairman for the North Carolina county where a man drove his van in a tent staffed by Trump supporting volunteers said the attack is another example of why people are afraid to exercise their First Amendment right to free expression. And like I said before, it's okay to be afraid, but don't let these people silence you. That's why in this case the Second Amendment is important, because you might want to defend yourself against psychos who want to run you over with their cars. In this case, unlike California, because we all know California is so gun friendly, I carry pepper spray on me just in case. I mean, I know some form of self-defense. So basically, what I would do, just get my pepper spray out, spray them in the face, and incapacitate them, maybe knock them out or hold them in a lock. And then if they were to say, "Oh, Carlos is a Trump supporter. Obviously, he's the one who started it." Nope, I have body camera footage right here. And if you want to say I'm the one who started the fight, that's not the case. They're the one who started, and I was just defending myself. Obviously, right? But anyways, let's go on. Duval County GOP Chairman Dean Black told the Ingram Angle that there is no way the attack was not politically motivated. And that's another thing too. When I started reading about this, and I thought, well, cops and apparently the police said that they weren't aware if it was politically motivated. I mean, how can you not think it's not politically motivated? It's a Trump tent where conservatives are there to register people to vote, and then you have someone who rams a van, and then they say screw you guys or something. I guess he was like telling them off or something, and then he just ran off. How is that not politically motivated? I guarantee you, like I said, had this been the other way around, had this been a conservative ramming their van into a Democratic tent, I guarantee you, everyone would have saying this is a politically motivated stunt. They're trying to silence Democrats. But apparently, it's the other way around. Anyways, let's go in. It was a plainly marketed event. It was a plainly marked event. He said there were Trump signs everywhere. Black alleged that suspect Gregory W. Tim pulled up, began filming with his cell phone, and made an obscene gesture before accelerating his vehicle towards the activists. Our elderly volunteers barely got out of the way. He plows through the location, upending everything, and then he backs up and he videotapes it again. He was proud of his work, he said. Reacting to headlines that appeared to downplay the incident, Black remarked that Tim would have had a blinding hatred of chairs, tents, and tables to believe he was not motivated by hatred of Republicans or the president. Black said Trump supporters continue to live fear of attacks and aspirations of simply wearing one of Trump's campaign's signature red hats in public. I'm somewhat afraid, but I still do it anyway. I'm aware of what can happen, especially in California, or I like to call it California, because you all know California is so tolerant of conservatives, but I still wear my hat anyway. Why? Because I believe in free speech. If you don't like it, then go to, I don't know, Venezuela. They'll agree with you there. You like socialism? Go to Venezuela. I'm pretty sure you would like socialism of Nicolas Maduro. But anyways, let's keep going. People are scared because of what hat they're going to wear. They're concerned they will get accosted because of the shirt they chose to put on. They are out exercising their First Amendment rights to engage in political speech. Last summer in New York City, the president's hometown 42-year-old Jahangir Turan claimed he was walking on Manhattan's Lower East Side and he was punched in the face while wearing a MAGA hat. Tehran alleged that several teens swore at him and assaulted him, leaving him with a swollen black eye and a broken cheekbone. I love President Trump. I think he's doing a great job, Tehran said at the time. It's sad to get beat up for wearing this hat. This is America. And I agree. I really think it's a, it's a bad thing to do. But like I said, if you see a person wearing a MAGA hat and you want to tell them they're fascists, they're Nazis, go ahead and do it. But the moment you start assaulting people, the moment you start trying to kill people over a hat, or even over a shirt that supports a conservative idea, I'm sorry, but that's where you draw the line. At that point, you're asking for trouble. Why do you think I'll tell you right now, why do you think a lot of these people, so-called resistors, always act tough in areas where they're anti-Second Amendment? Why do you think Antifa never enters Texas? Because they know that if they pull that same stunt in Texas, they're probably going to get shot by law-abiding citizens. But that's why Antifa is always in Portland or in California. I wouldn't be surprised if Antifa showed up more often in California, because California, they make it harder for law-abiding citizens to acquire a firearm. But again, I guarantee you that if Antifa does this stuff in Texas, you would see a lot of headlines saying Antifa member shot and killed by white nationalists. I guarantee you that. Because the bullies like to pick people that are weak. You never see a bully pick on people that are stronger than them. They always pick on the weak, just like Antifa. They target areas where they know where they know they have the upper hand, and then the people who are the targets, they have nowhere to defend themselves with. But anyways, going. In the case of Tim, who was 27, local media reported no injuries in the alleged attack on Florida's First Coast. Tim faces 2 counts of aggravated assault on a victim over the age of 65, 1 count of criminal mischief, and 1 count of driving while his license is suspended. Wow, such a law-abiding citizen Mr. Tim is. The newspaper reported Sunday his bond was set at $507,000. Sorry, $507,500. Basically, like basically 508 grand, pretty much. But again, goes to show you that while the media tells us all these things, they say, oh, white Donald Trump supporters are the violent ones. They're the ones who are going to take away our rights. When in reality, it's actually the left. Not liberals, classical liberals, but I'm talking about the left, the fringe left, people like Antifa. But like I said, if you guys are scared, it's normal. We're humans. Obviously, trust me. Whenever I walk out with my Trump hat, I'm always aware. I'm vigilant. Obviously I live in California, therefore I need to be more vigilant. Yeah, and every time when I go out on a date with my girlfriend, I wear my Trump 2020 hat. I get a little scared, but at the end of the day, it's free speech. I'm not gonna let these people silence my opinion. I'm not gonna let these people tell me, oh, you cannot support the president because you're Hispanic, and therefore Hispanic people cannot support the president. I'm sorry, but it's America. This is why I like America very much. I have a right to say what I want. Obviously, to some degree, I can't say fire in a crowded theater. But if I want to say Donald Trump is the best president in the history of the United States, I have every right to say it. You can disagree with me, but I do not have a right to force you into believing what I believe. Basically, of course, I can't go up to you and say Donald Trump is the best president ever and start beating you up, or vice versa. You can't go up to me and tell me Donald Trump is the worst president ever and start beating me up. You can say it, but you can't physically hurt people, right? But again, my response to this simply is this. The media won't, the mainstream media, at least the liberal side, won't talk about this excessively. Of course, they will not talk about it, for a long period. And not to mention, it ruins their narrative. But most importantly of all, though, if you're watching this, it's okay to be scared. Just don't let these people intimidate you into not supporting the president. Go out and wear your MAGA hat. Because the bravest thing you can do is standing in front of the face of fear and telling that fear, you are not going to intimidate me into preventing, you're not going to intimidate me into silence. I'm going to say what I need to say, and if you have a problem with it, so be it. Again, we're all scared. Obviously people are humans. We're humans. We're not perfect, but the true bravery is standing in the face of fear and going on with what you need to do anyways. Right? When you go skydiving, a lot of people usually get scared. What if the parachute doesn't work? Right? I could die if the parachute doesn't work. But if you do it anyway, you're brave already. You're basically facing fear. You're basically facing your fear, and you're doing it anyways, right? And then next thing you know, it turns out it was all good. The parachute opened, you landed safely, and after that, you feel better about yourself because you overcame your fear. Same thing here. At first, I was a little bit nervous wearing a Trump 2020 hat, you know, but after that I got used to it. I always wear that hat. I sometimes even forget I'm even wearing that specific hat. If you've seen older videos, I wear multiple hats. Like proud to be an American, a flag, a hat with the American eagle and sorry, with the bald eagle and the American flag. But usually I just wear that hat and I don't even notice I'm wearing it. I was like, oh, am I wearing this hat? Right? It's just a casual thing now. Obviously, I'm still aware of what can happen, but I kind of got used to it. Kind of grew in on me. But let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys think this guy got off easy with his bail? Do you think the guy should have been charged for more? Not to mention, are you guys surprised that this happened? I'm somewhat surprised that it would happen in Florida, considering that Florida is actually more conservative. I think it's a red state. But other than that, I mean, you guys. Other than that, though, you guys don't be afraid. I mean, it's okay to be afraid, but don't let the people intimidate you into being silent. Because at that point, that's when they win. When their intimidation tactics allow them to silence you, that's when they clearly win. So go out and wear your MAGA hats, or even if you don't have a MAGA hat, go out and wear a shirt if you want to. If you have a shirt that says "America will never be a socialist nation," such as myself, I have that shirt. Go out and wear it. It's free speech. It's America. That's why the founding fathers decided to rebel against Great Britain. They defeated one of the greatest empires, obviously with the help of the French, but they defeated one of the greatest empires in history at the time in order to say we want to be independent and we want to have free speech. Other than that, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time.